Hey, welcome back guys, it's Sue. I just did a tag last week, or I should say probably earlier this week, and I've been tagged again, so I thought I would give this particular one a shot. It sounds really cool. This was created by Ryan over at RyanReadsBooks, and I'll put a link in the description bar down below to his tag. And it is We Love Books tag, and it's sort of an acronym, so every letter in the phrase We Love Books is the beginning of the question. So I'm going to get started here. The first question starts with the W, and it's what one book from your collection would you keep if all the rest had to be thrown out or taken away? And it says just one book. And Ryan, that was really mean. I think I spent like about 20 to 30 minutes last night waffling back and forth trying to figure out what book am I going to pick for this. I mean, this is an instance of if you had put down, if your house is on fire and you had to grab one book, I'd literally be dead, because I'd be like, oh, maybe, oh no, that one, oh, I want that one. Smoke coming in, you know. So I started out kind of considering one of the Harry Potter books. I know you picked one of them. Kind of leaning towards Order of the Phoenix. I love the whole, Professor Umbridge. Love to hate that character, the Dumbledore army thing. But I didn't want to break up the set. Then I started leaning towards Isaac Asimov's robot novels, because you get 3 books in one. It satisfies 2 of my favorite genres, mystery and sci-fi. And I thought, oh, no, yeah, no, it's not one. And then my eye kept going to this one. So I finally did come to a decision, and I settled on my Michael Crichton book, Jurassic Park and Lost World bind up. This is the one I got from Barnes & Noble. It's just a gorgeous book. I mean, I haven't actually even sat down to read it yet, but I know the stories from movies and stuff. So it'd be like a new read for me, 2 books in one. And like I said, just gorgeous. Got the silver gilt edges, a little red tag in there, and it's just overall, it'd be a nice one to hang on to. So that was my selection for the one book I would have to hang on to. The next question is E. Each time you read, do you like to have something to munch on or to drink next to you? I would definitely have to say drink. I'm always sipping on something. My main addiction these days is the Starbucks Mocha Frappuccino. Usually sipping at that thing, or maybe a wild cherry Pepsi. I don't tend to eat when I'm reading, unless it's during an actual meal, then I might have a book propped up next to me. But just off, outside reading or something, I'm sipping on something. The next question is L. Love of books. When did it start, and what was one of the first books that you read? I'm going to bypass the whole very, very early days of, my parents reading Dr. Seuss to me, and go with the first book I can remember consciously picking off the shelf and deciding I'm going to read that book. And that was probably back in junior high. I figure 5th grade, maybe around, about 10 or 11 years old. And we had a contest in school where whoever read the most books at the end of this set period of time, which I don't remember how long it was, whoever read the most books got to pick a free book off the bookshelf. And I thought, oh wow, you get a free book and everything, cool. And then there was the conditions added to the contest. You had to do a written report, which I didn't mind. The big one was the verbal or oral report in front of the teacher, and that just scared the daylights out of me, because believe it or not, I am a shy person, and having to stand in front of a person and talk about something like that just scared me. I got through one book. Now I'm doing, a YouTube channel and discussing books, but again, you're not standing right in front of me. I've got a camera, But anyway, the book I ended up picking up with was Escape from Warsaw, and I'm going to slaughter this name, but written by Ian Serrelier. It was written back in the 50s, and it's based on true events of a family during World War II, the Nazi invasion. The parents have been arrested and taken away, leaving 3 small children to fend for themselves, all under the age of 13, the youngest being 3 years old. And they discovered that their father has escaped to Switzerland. And the whole book is kind of their journey from Warsaw to Switzerland to try and be reunited with the family. And there's lots of danger and action and stuff. And it was really good. And I always kind of remember it. And I wonder now that if I picked it up again, would it still be as good as I remembered it back then when I was that age? But that was the book I probably first remember consciously picking off the shelf myself. The second question is O. One book you would never go back and reread ever. That one, without doubt, would have to be The House of Seven Gables by Nathaniel Hawthorne. It's a really skinny little book. I don't even have a copy of it because I probably wouldn't keep it in the house. It just sounded like it was going to be a nice, creepy kind of, maybe a horror story. I can't even tell you what it was about, because once I started reading, the book was so overly descriptive and the sentences would run on for like paragraph lengths, I lose track of what the heck I was reading. That was definitely a DNF, a did not finish book, and it'll be a DNR, do not restart, never again. The next question is V, very romantic or very full of action? I don't mind romance in books, but I will not specifically search out a book that's pure romance. Hence, sometimes maybe I have some trouble with some of the contemporary YA books. It's like I'm not going to consciously go to the shelf and buy those. I'm going to go for the action books first, the futuristic books. I like the excitement, the energy of an action book. So I'd have to go definitely very full of action. Next question is E, end of book. Cliffhanger or no cliffhanger? Definitely cliffhanger. I love to hate them. It's what draws you to the next book. It's the excitement, and it's such a awesome moment in the story that I think it would suffer not being in a book somewhere. So yeah, I definitely have to go cliffhanger no matter how much I hate them. I love them. Next is B, big books or small books? And I'd say it doesn't really matter. I like a mixture of both. If I was reading strictly big books all the time, I just feel like I wasn't getting through as many books. I needed a short one in between to break it up, but I'm not going to bypass something just because it's big. Yeah, I mean, sometimes you like to get in depth and you like a story to stretch on a little bit longer. You don't want it over so soon. So I like 50-50. You know, I'll go either way. Next question is O, only one genre or mixture? I love lots of genres. Anywhere from sci-fi to mystery, fiction. I also like travel writing. Peter Mayle, Bill Bryson, some of my favorites. My main thing right now seems to be YA dystopian. I've kind of discovered that, and I'm just like all over it right now. So yeah, a little bit of everything. I'm quite a mixture of reading. Next question is another O. Olden day books, present day, or future? So in other words, Victorian era type books, present day, or dystopian type books. And I'd have to say definitely future, specifically like the YA dystopian. I love exploring these new worlds that authors come up with and the societies and the way they run, and it's just so original that you never know what an author's going to come up with. The world is just open to anything in this genre. So it's exciting to see what's out there, what they're going to come up with. I'd not to say that I don't read anything that's set in present day or historical fiction or anything like that. I do enjoy those, but I prefer more in the futuristic settings. And the next question is K, Katniss or Hermione? First thought was this is like apples and oranges. You got a main protagonist and a secondary character. But if I were just to think of them on their own, I'd have to definitely go Hermione. I think as a reader, I've invested more time with this character, learned more from this character, watched her grow from a young child all the way to book 7, where she becomes an adult with a family and everything, and just that journey in between. With Katniss, she definitely has quite a journey in that time frame, but within only a span of 3 books, it's like I haven't invested as much time with that character, so I would definitely pick Hermione. And the last question is S, standalone or series? I definitely prefer series. You get to spend more time exploring the world. Like I said, it's almost like a big book, but spread out over several books. With series, of course, you get those lovely cliffhangers that we talked about earlier. And yeah, I think you just get more. You get to explore the world more. You get to see more development with the characters. They go through maybe a longer time frame too as well. So I definitely pick series over standalone, but I do like to break it up once in a while. So gives you a chance to kind of get through more books too, and sometimes you just need a break. But I'd pick series over standalone. So that's the We Love Books tag. I'm going to specifically tag a few people today. I'm going to tag Erin at wrathsqueen, so it's no getting away from this one, Erin. Bunny at Bunny Kate's. I've already mentioned it to her. She might be doing that one later. Richard at Mr. Richard Denny. And Eli at Eli to the Nth. I'll post all the questions down below for you. If you do this tag, please link it back to Ryan over at Ryan Reads Books on the tag below. And if you do it down below there, leave a comment so I know to go check out your video and see what questions you've come up with. And if I didn't mention you in this tag, or if I didn't tag you personally, I'm going to just do a blanket tag too. If you do it, please go ahead and give it a try. It's a lot of fun. It's a little bit of a challenge trying to come up with some of the answers here. Maybe you won't be spending 20 minutes or whatever, trying to come up with your book. But it's a lot of fun, and definitely leave a link so I know to check yours out. Hope you enjoyed it. See you later.